first off, persons would hear about cooperatives just as what we're doing here now. They would hear about cooperatives on the radio, on television, on Facebook, and so. I think some persons would also speak to the minister, because we're under Ministry of Agriculture, and I believe for a number of years now, persons have been hearing about cooperatives, and they would find themselves together, form a group, and come to the office. All right. So when they come to the office, we would let them know.
So that's when they actually could see the real procedure starts.
Yes. You come visit us. Let us have a chat.
Okay.
And after the chat, then we'll visit you. If you are interested, then we go introduce cooperatives.
So let me ask you this: when they come to make that chat, that's when they lay out the various conditions or whatever project they would like to get into.
Yes, they will say what they want to do.
Okay. And then you take it from there now in terms of the visitation to wherever they would like to set up.
Right.
And then
well, not that far.
No.
But we need to get the interest of persons.
Okay.
And first of all, you must have at least 10 active persons.
So that's where the conversation with everyone comes. That's where that's where the visitation comes in.
Yes, we talk about that.
You talk about it there. Okay.
Right, because most of the time you will have somebody who's at the forefront. Somebody would always want to lead.
All right.
And they would have that person go. You can go and talk to them, and then come back and bring the information to us.
Right. So then, you have an understanding in terms of what the group would like to get into.
Yes.
I guess they
what they were thinking of.
What they're thinking.
Yes,
if they do have a business plan or whatever they have.
So I would give more details and let them know that these 10 persons, at least they have to be over 18 years.
Could I interject here?
No problem.
You said 10 persons. Is that a minimum that should be to form, or it could be less than 10?
No, that's a minimum.
That's a minimum. 10 persons.
That's a minimum.
10 persons minimum
for now. And sometime later on in the year, I don't want to give a time, but that too would be revised.
Okay.
And it may be more than, I think it should be more than at least 25 persons for the minimum
to start.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And these persons who would be Grenadian citizens or residents, citizens of another CARICOM country, member state, and we making sure that these persons have a common bond in the area of whatever the operation in the business.
Okay.
Then you have to supply to us 3 copies of your bylaws. Remember, you were talking about the business hold them together.
Exactly.
You must do 3 copies of your bylaws in compliance with the Act.
Okay.
The Act that is now being used, not the revised one.
Okay.
You have to do a business plan. That business plan will tell us everything about what you want to do, how you would market your goods, how you would, what kind of money you're looking to spend, what kind of business you're getting into, all the requirements of market, business undertakings. Everything would be done in that business plan. And the bylaws and the business plan, you'll be given a draft so that you would be able to work with.
Okay.
All right. You have to do working rules according to the business. We have a draft also, but we'll give you the draft and you lay out how you want your workers to organize themselves.
And the workers will entail all who forms the cooperative or other individuals that you will put into the business?
Well, it's a membership. It's a membership that does
that.
The
membership sometimes are workers themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
And they would have that undertaking to do. And that again, with 1 person or 2 persons coming to the office, we would like to know who are the members, or how much of you elect a group. Most of the times when we do the introduction for cooperatives, we ask them to elect an interim board.
Okay.
And these 5 persons would take them to registration.
All right.
So I guess the person that they're sending, they would want them to be the leader.
All right.
So they would send them off to get the information. They have to raise sufficient capital on their own. They can do all kind of activities, all kind of fundraising activities.
And that is pre-registration?
Yeah. because you must have at least some money to hold on to, to say, all right, we want to form this business, but we have this amount.
Okay.
Plus, your members have to make a contribution. All right.
As we would typically say, your startup capital.
Yes, startup. Right. And we would also let them know, we would educate and train them.
Yes.
We have that program for the persons who are starting off in their business, and that would be ongoing. You must have a registered office. If you're thinking about a business, you must have a registered office, a place where we can come in and give, have meetings with you, have sessions with you, where we can send communication, letters, correspondences, and so.
Okay.
And this should be in your bylaws, all this information. And we also have an application form, which we will give to you to form up. Any assistance that is needed, you will get it.
Okay.
So you have that application form, and then the prescribed fee of $125.
Okay.
But these are the requirements. But it's not that we're leaving you alone. We would go through the process.
So after you have taken care of all the requirements that you have just stated, and then you go through that, it doesn't mean that the cooperative division leave that individual.
No.
You understand?
It's a process, and it's a tedious process.
How long does it actually take?
Well,
to get it after registration and get that company fully running.
It depends on the interim board, how they work.
Okay.
Right? A cooperative may take 3 months, 4 months, because remember, you have documents to prepare. Persons have to pay of their membership fees and their shares and so. So sometimes it's it takes a little time.
Say 3 to 6 months.
About that.
To get it started.
And after all of these documents are in, the registrar must look at it to make sure that it's okay and will approve it or not approve it.
All right. Well, so as you said, once then all the conditions are met, they could get registered if whether the registrar decides
how they work to get things done.
Okay. Yes. And then that they could be approved or not, depending whatever circumstances come up.
When she goes through the process of it, then she would be able to ascertain if
she may decide, hey, this may not be viable after we consider the application.
Especially the business plan. We must look at your business plan, see what you're gauging at. If you can make money, if it's viable. Yes, cooperative is a viable business, but your business, we want to make sure that it's viable.
As it goes back to, it's a cooperative, but depends on what you want to do. What you want to do, if it's viable or not, and you say, well. All right. That's interesting.
It's a tedious process, but I have been through it, and it's okay. Right. Working with people is, I think, one of my little niceness.
Your passion. You could say passion. That's a word. All right.
And then if you have persons that you see, cooperative is all about cooperation, and if you don't have that knack with people, that is a problem.
So true. And it's that one-on-one, that communication aspect between you and all of the members of the cooperative.
Yes.
Once you know that everybody's in sync in terms of what they want to do, that's important. To being in sync.
And then we say, if you're having a problem, if you need guidance, if you want advice, don't be afraid. Call, ask, and we would.
That's why your body comes in there right now.
Yes.
The grouping that you are associated with in terms of the cooperative division. That's where you come in to offer the assistance to them.
Yes. Also the league.
And the league.
Yes, the league is that's the institution that we collaborate with. We work with closely.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Now let's get another question. I would like to ask you. What are the conditions for the continuance of a cooperative? So let's for instance, you have gone through the registration process. Everything that you were asked to submit has been submitted, and you've been approved.
Yes.
And now the process of continuance. What are the conditions that are put out so that for the cooperative in terms of continuance?
All right. So as I said before, we're going to look at your business plan. First and foremost, making sure that the market viability is adequate. it's adequate demand for your proposed service.
Or whatever product or service you want to offer.
Yes, whatever you're offering, you're making sure that the market out there, it's adequate.
Yes.
All right. Also, your capital base. We were talking about that. Monies for providing the desired competitive services. Because sometimes if you look around Grenada, you're seeing one set of things.
Or we see 20 people doing the same thing because they consider one person being successful in it. Or maybe I should get into it too.
Maybe I should get into it too, and I might do something.
And you develop that glut in the market now.
Yes. It's like everybody growing tomatoes. When tomatoes is out, oh my God.
Then you have an abundance of the same product. Then you lose market now.
It's spoiling on you.
Exactly.
So you have to make sure that is okay. You have good potential for future membership growth.
Right.
We're looking at your business, see if you can get more persons coming in.
People have that interest.
Yes, that interest. Pricing of your goods and services. Yeah, make sure that you have a good structure. Viability assessment, it should be favorable.
All right.
Favorable to anybody, right? And so that takes into your business plan. All these things should be there. Then you have membership aware. They must be aware of the 7 basic principles of cooperative.
Okay.
This is what holds them. Just as your business plan, you must know why I must know these 7 principles. The principles is worldwide. So
and that information is disseminated to all the members.
All of the members. We give them that at the initial stage. We do a training on all the principles, explaining to them what each of them means to your cooperative.
Okay.
And cooperative must form part of your business name. You must have cooperative at the end.
All right.
All right? Must have it.
So what you start, you must say, hey, GT Cooperative Limited or whatever.
Yes.
All right.
And your name, it should not or cannot be identical or resembles the name of another society.
Well, I'm getting that part, and I guess that part will also come in the registration aspect of it.
Yes.
Because once you register,
once we see that,
they will say, hey, well, you may need to change your name because,
we have a register, a big book that whenever we register cooperative, we have all the names in there.
Well, there's somebody already carrying that name.
Yes,
so
but
you
if somebody else is carrying it, no. We advise you.
And I guess those are some of the in terms of you speak to what could slow the process down also.
Yes, slow it. Well, as I said in our introduction and in our training, we let persons know. Come up with a unique name. We don't want to tell you what name,
Yes, because if there's fisherman something already, you don't want to come with another fisherman something.
Well, you can have a fisherman co-op. You can have the name fisherman, but different areas.
Okay.
So, like we have Guave, we have Subies, we have St. Mark's. They can be different.
Okay, I understand. Right. I understand from that point.
I remember us having a problem with 2 businesses. One is a cooperative and one is just a company. And we had a lot of problems, legal problems, in having these 2 names same.
So close.
Yes. One is a company and one's a cooperative. So I don't even want to tell you the details because it was really problems for us, for the cooperative and such like. I also spoke about a fixed address. When you're having a business, you must have a fixed address, a place where we can identify you, and the same about communicating with you, coming to look for you, visits and stuff like that. Your registered name, when you are registered, making sure that your registered name is outside of that building.
Right.
With the date you got registered, and your registered
and that
number.
should be boldly written out there.
Written out, the name of your cooperative and your date of registration and your registration number.
Okay.
Wow, and this is where we get kind of tacky now, because we want a monthly financial statement.
It was a thought of mine coming in. If you all do, get involved in terms of the stability of the business from a financial level.
Yes.
You don't want a cooperative going through the motions of running and it's not being profitable, then the members are having problems and stuff like that.
Members having problems, there are issues, there are disputes, there are conflicts and stuff like that. So we're making sure the treasurer of that cooperative has to do a monthly financial statement.
And do they report to the cooperative league, or report to the
Yes, they have to report to us, because we have officers that will visit, and the officers will bring back the information to the office. If you don't do that, the act says you can be fined a certain amount of money if you don't do, because there are mandatory information that we will have to be.
So I'm assuming penalties will roll in the options of could there be the options of where you may ask to close off your league
yes, we can. Well, that is part of one of our functions to really dissolve a cooperative if they are not coming up with whatever is required from them. And most of the times when I do that, I don't really talk about the solution, because if you just start now,
you try more find solutions more than
find solution,
so they can fix the problem.
Fix it. All right. You must have an auditor.
Okay.
You must have an auditor to audit your business. All right. And these statements should be yearly. You are to get that auditor would do all the financial statements for your financial year. Some of them end at September. Well, not some. One cooperative that I know of, the financial year is up to September, and all of the rest are up to December.
Okay.
So you must have an auditor, and that auditor must be how do we call that name again? He must be chartered, assigned, must be. Oh, I forgot the name. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But anyway, an auditor must be approved by the board, or by the members, to do the financial statements and so. Okay. So at least the members would have an idea how we looking, if we losing monies according to the performance and your financial position. Auditor will be able to give that information.
Okay.
And willingness to develop and adopt a board, management policies, all this. That's what I'm saying. It's a tedious job.
Because I'm listening to the condition that are stated for the continuance of our cooperative, and it's pretty stringent for you also. I mean, there are a lot of things that you have to have done in order to continue.
Must. We're looking forward for a mission, vision statements, member services. At least keep your members close to you. Have some kind of thing for them, something that they could benefit from. We have the Burial Society. I think I spoke about that already. Burial Society. You have things that you can. They have children, assist children, the community, and stuff like that. So these are the things. Member services, making sure that your members are well, safe, and secure in the cooperative. Strategic plan. Your strategic plan should be for a few years, 3 years, 5 years.
You don't want a 1 year or 6 months.
No. You want something a little lengthy. You would want to know your weaknesses, and I wonder if you know about the SWOT analysis.
Yes.
Your strengths, your weaknesses, and stuff like that. You need to know all of that in your strategic plan. We are urging cooperatives now at this moment to, do a plan. We want to know what you foresee in the future. What are you aiming for?
A 10 or 20 years.
Yeah. What are you doing?
What we plan to develop in a period of time as we go.
If we want to have another business, or we want to do by branch out, all these things. So it's a document that is very heavy, and it will take a lot of time to be established, but it's a good thing. Budgeting.
Yes.
I said it before, families must budget. Anybody must do a little budgeting at some time. When money gets into our hands, you
don't want to have it flowing out too freely. No, I understand that.
Budget for it for the next year. And we should budget every month because we are working. We should also do that. It's a good strategy.
I know.
Investments. I wouldn't say a cooperative that is just formed would want to invest right now. They may take a little time, maybe
you need some settling, more or less.
Settling, right. Let the ground settle, and then you would think about going into any other investment. Membership and directors register. That would be in the initial stage. I always try to remind them of having their membership and the directors registered. The interim board should be registered.
When you say you're having the directors and membership register, what is that process?
It's just the names of all the persons
who are part of
the cooperative.
Okay, great.
Having that register. The first 10 persons or 15 persons, sometimes we call them foundation members. Yeah, they are on the register.
So as they continue to grow, you should be registering.
Add in persons on your register.
And that information is passed on to you.
Yes, we must not passed on, but we must see it whenever the officer visit. Okay. There must be that register there that we can see. The interim board is already there on the application form, but as they continue to have elections, the officers would change.
Okay.
It's not one man.
And one man will not be holding one particular position for a lengthy period of time?
He has two terms, 2 3-year terms.
Okay.
Right?
So it's like a democratic process, isn't
it? Yes. As the election, 5 years, and so,
Okay.
We have cash handling. All the cash must be handled properly. And I always have to speak about cash. I don't know why. Cash. It's such a, I don't know. We must make sure that the monies are kept recorded properly.
Yes. What about confidentiality in cooperatives?
Well, we have established a letter now that a sort of agreement that you would put together and let the board especially sign that confidentiality document. Each person.
Because it plays an important role in any business.
Yeah, because some people just like to talk. If something is happening within your board, when you have meetings, persons tend to go out and say, this is what we're doing and that. And then you hear it on the streets. Grenada is no exception.
I understand.
Yeah? So with that in mind, we try to organize this document for them to sign off confidentiality.
All right. Ms. Williams, I want to thank you for being here with us this morning. Lots of information. I think this was one of our better sessions. I certainly do enjoy this morning. Thank you once again. Just next week, we certainly will have another session, and of course, we discuss more, getting the listeners and viewers who may be interested, gathering the information that we are throwing out, and certainly help them to understand the whole process as we go through the term they're going through. Thank you once again.
So I would just want to say my last words again. Cooperatives, the way to go, your chance, your choice, your business.
All right, so sure.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, folks, that's where we take a wrap for, of course, the Mid-Morning Buzz here on Classic Radio and GBN TV. Have yourself a great day. Join us again for another edition.
King of the Grill 2023 is made possible by Quartz, Grenada Limited, Rubis, the National Lotteries Authority, Coca-Cola, Coyaba Beach Resorts, and Duty Free Caribbean Holden.
Wait to see my granddaughter.
You know, one day I woke up and, you know, they painted a set of pedestrian crossing all along the streets. You know, nobody told us how to use that thing properly.
I know how.
You're serious?
Every safe, good driver knows about these things. As a driver, you have to be very attentive. You know you're coming up close to a pedestrian cross, you start slowing down immediately, looking to see if there's any pedestrian on the side getting ready to cross. If there is, you stop on the line that is a certain distance before the crosswalk. Then you would see the pedestrian put their hands out, looking directly at you, indicating that they are going to cross. And only when you have come to a complete stop, that is when they will quickly and safely cross to the other side. And then you continue happily on your journey.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact, wait for pedestrian to cross. Then you happily continue on your journey.
This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
Whoa, whoa. Rock the box, we say, yeah. GBN, we say, arts and culture living, yeah. Rock the box, we say. I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box, we say. I'm telling you, rock the box, rock the box, rock the box, we say. We'll be jamming here on a Thursday. It's a New era, chaos and LED. Get on us, Lord. Grenada are the best ones by far. Grenada are the best job in the whole wide world. Grenada are the best ones by far. Grenada are the best job in the whole wide world. Watch Mass and watch Bacchanal, Soca Grand International. That's going around the globe, Soca not just a carnival. Watch Mass and watch Bacchanal, Soca Grand International. That's going around the globe.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
Feel good facts. Avoid the most common causes of spreading the flu. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue, dispose of it straight away, and either wash your hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
No, that's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really?
One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
You mentioned the wing high, then you have things like man, you must come back, you know. We have the low folder.
It is kind of like the same man, and it's just different name for the same kind of thing.
And last but not least, I just want to say to all the men who saw me, call me, and ask for a piece of cake. I'm baking this weekend.
Join us Fridays at 8 on GBN Television, K105 FM, GBN's Facebook page, and YouTube channel for We Culture.
Feel good facts. Help prevent cold and flu by washing your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. That's the time it takes to remove most germs. No soap and water? No worries when you've got alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
It is important to know what your road signs and markings means. The zigzag lines means you should not park in the marked area.